welcome to Kolam Podu. I am Bhargavi Mani, and if this is the first time you've come across a video from our channel, here's a little something you need to know. Kolam Podu is a happy project. It aims at reviving and demystifying this wonderful traditional South Indian art form, which is more than just floor art. There are many unanswered questions with regards to kolam. So we thought, why not compile these questions together and put them under various categories, and this particular category is referred to as the Kolam Essentials, Tips and Tricks. There is a lot of confusion out there about names of different kolams. So people keep asking me, what's the difference between Sikku and Neli and Kambi? Well, this episode is about clarifying all that for you. Now the floor arts regional name in Tamil Nadu is Kolam. Now this particular floor art has different names in different parts of India. In the Andhra Pradesh Telangana area, it is referred to as Muggulu. In the Karnataka belt, it's referred to as Hase or Rangavalli. In Mithila, it is referred to as Aripan, and in Bengal, it's referred to as Alpanam. Dots, lines and gratitude. Well, this is what kolam is all about. Now, kolam can be broadly divided into two categories. Ones that involve dots and lines and others that involve only lines. Now, the most popular Indian floor art that everybody is familiar with, Rangoli, doesn't conform to either. In Rangoli, it's a free art form. So, a Rangoli and kolam are not the same, and we will discuss why in another video much later. Pulli means dots. Kolam means floor art. So when you join the dots and you create the pattern, that particular style of kolams are typically referred to as pulli kolams or dot kolams. Now the style where you go around the dots, there are three names that are associated with it: Sikku, Kambi and Neli. Now what do these words mean and what are the differences is what I'm going to be explaining to you in this episode. Sikku or chikku in Tamil means knots. Now typically the best way I could think of to explain this to you is by taking some thread. So can you see this knotted area? These knots is what Sikku means. So kolams where you go around the dots, which are all about knots, is referred to as Sikku kolam. Now you might ask me, how does this become Sikku kolam? I'll explain further. So let's look at the properties of a thread. It can bend, it can curve, you can twist it in the end, and this is what Sikku is all about. So if I were to knot it in the end, it looks like a noose, but that's what happens in the corners of your Sikku kolam. Kambi in Tamil means a metal wire or rod. Now I have a metal wire here. So if I am going to bend it, right, this is a hollow one, and if I push it beyond this, it might just break. So this is a property that you will see followed in what is referred to as Kambi kolams. So wherever you see this property without the twist, while you might be able to twist it, the twist comes from the thread property of it. This curve comes from the Kambi aspect. Neli literally means curve. Your Neli is when it's a curve, right? So imagine you go around the dot this way. This is referred to as the Neli. It's often compared to the slithering of a snake. So it goes this way, right? So when you have kolams which combine these properties and come together, they are typically referred to as Sikku or Chikku kolam. Neli and Kambi are not types of kolam as much as they are properties of kolam. I'm going to quickly demonstrate it for you. Now if I were to take this particular kolam design and explain the elements of this kolam to you. Now here I explained Kambi, right? The way this turns here or this turn here, these are the Kambi aspects to it, because that is how much it can bend, right? Now this twist here is the Sikku, where it can bend this way. So these are the elements. So this kolam, this very small kolam here, is an example of a combination of Kambi kolam and Sikku kolam. Okay, so let me quickly demonstrate the design element of Neli. Now this part where this curve happens, doesn't that remind you of a snake slithering? Well, this curve is referred to as the Neli element in a kolam. When this goes to a corner and it turns there, that is the Sikku element or the knot element. There are two schools of thought with regard to whether you should draw a Sikku kolam or not. Now the first school of thought is Sikku, because the word also means problems in Tamil. By drawing a Sikku kolam, they believe that you are inviting problems into your life. The other school of thought is obviously the opposite. By drawing that kolam, one is enhancing their creativity and problem solving capacity to be able to solve problems in daily life, thereby families are happy and so are societies. There are never rights and wrongs, there are just perspectives. So I'll let you decide which one is yours. What is very interesting is none of us are able to track back to when the rules of Sikku kolam was designed and by who. It's very interesting that there are three rules to the Sikku kolam, which is the rule of symmetry, the lines can cross each other just once, and the dots have to be covered on all sides. In the rule of symmetry, it is x-axis, y-axis or radial symmetry. We have explained this in an illustrated video, which I will link to this video. Now, in Sikku kolams, there are dot variations as well. Before I get there, here's a small tidbit. Did you know that the great mathematician Ramanujan, in his biography, has said that his interest in mathematics was because he used to watch his mother draw columns every day. That is probably one of the strongest testimonies out there for you, isn't it? Mathematics, columns, how? Now, I have not even scratched the surface in this. So as and when I learn, I'm going to share with you. But here are some absolute basics. There are two kinds of dot alignments. You have Ner Pulli and you have Idukku Pulli. Now what does Ner Pulli mean? Ner means straight. So these dots are spaced equidistant with each other, and the angle between the dots is 90 degrees or 180 degrees. Now Idukku Pulli. Idukku means in between. Pulli means dots. So when in one row you have dots that are spaced equally, and in the next row you have dots that are also spaced equally but spaced between the dots of the previous line, this style is referred to as Idukku Pulli. Typically you will see a hexagon being formed, and the angle of these dots or the lines that will go between these dots will be 60 degrees. Geometry and kolam, there is a lot one needs to talk about. People have recognized how the golden triangle or the Fibonacci series and columns are interrelated, and I'm still doing my research. So when I gain more clarity, trust me, I'm happiest to share it with all of you. So did you find the content of this video useful? If yes, please be generous and press the like button, and do leave us a comment because feedback always matters. Also, please share this information with whoever you think might benefit out of it, because the more people who get into drawing columns, our tribe increases, doesn't it? Let me quickly remind you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and press the bell icon for regular updates. We are working on so much information that is going to be so interesting for any kolam enthusiast, whether it's you or those around you. So doing this might be useful. We are present on multiple social media platforms, and here are the details. However, I'm most active on Instagram and YouTube. So if you want to reach out to me, you can either leave a comment in the comment section of the YouTube channel or send me a message on Instagram. Remember, I'm always just one message away. Life is beautiful if we choose for it to be. So until then, Kolam Podu.